So it is glaringly obvious that a lot of these folks don't know what a woman is.
It's a foreign man in a foreign land.
So J.K. Rowling tweets yesterday, could any picture sum up our new men's rights movement better? The smirk of a male who knows he's protected by a misogynist sporting establishment enjoying the distress of a woman he's just punched in the head and whose life's ambition he's just shattered. As you know, as many of y'all know, this is a still shot from an Olympic boxing match, right? The speculation was to say that this woman right here, representing Albania, is not a woman. That was the claim. Logan Paul even said something very similar. Unless he already deleted it. Here it is. The purest form of evil unfolding before your eyes. A man was allowed to beat up a woman on a global stage, crushing her life's dream while fighting for her deceased father. This delusion must end. If it wasn't such a dire situation, because yet again, he retracted that. Okay, yeah, because I was trying to figure out why I couldn't find it easier. Like, I didn't realize, but he deleted the tweet, understandably so. If this wasn't such a dangerous thing to do on the utmost global stage of sports, to rehash a debate of trans women in sports, if it wasn't such a dangerous thing to do, especially given the string of transphobia that we've been seeing in the midst of an election year, that one of the main proponents and main running points, one of the main one issue things that one issue voters are looking at is, what is your stance on transphobe? Like, that is an issue. Like that is a one issue vote that folks are willing to die on, that are willing to vote in their own or against their own best interest just because they care about your stance as a president-elect on transphobe. On a class of people that make up a whit of the population in the United States. As a fighter, you know, like as a black man, as a fighter, it is very unsurprising. I've been fighting my whole life. All my life I had to fight. I've been fighting my whole life, right? And it is totally unsurprising to see the type of transphobia, the type of homophobia, the type of queerphobia that you're seeing online right now due to this Olympic level of transphobia. Like, trans folk make up a very small amount of the population, but they monopolize almost like, I want to say like 70%. We don't even talk about the economy as much as we talk about trans folk. When it comes to culture discussion, trans folk is like the majority of the discussion. 0.1%. Yeah, thank you, huge vibes. 0.1%, honestly. And like, it is the majority of the conversation. Is absolutely wild how cis folk in particular, and I'm pointing at myself because I'm talking about myself, like, we talk about trans folk far more represented than they actually are. And it's because it's not about trans folk at all. Spoiler. I mean, you know, spoiler. It's not about trans folk at all. I just need to vent because, like, I was tripping last night. Like, when I saw this shit, like, I was just like, oh my God, this shit again. This isn't about trans folk at all. This isn't about trans folk at all. Okay? Like, this is about cis folk. It's about what trans folk represent and what it means for cis folk. As a cis person that can get access to these spaces, get access to these conversations, have to have terminally cis het conversations, right? And listen to the depravity, to the violence. It's very, very interesting. And I kid you not, the types of conversations that I've gotten access and proximity to are very harrowing. You should be afraid. You should be concerned, I should say. I wouldn't say afraid, but you should be concerned. Because the type of shit that they say online, the type of shit that cis folks say to y'all, trans folk, queer folk in general in the chat, the type of shit that y'all hear, and the type of shit that we hearing. Okay? Cat's out the bag, right? This is not a trans woman even. Like, I mean, like, the majority of y'all already know that, right? But the transphobes, yeah, okay, so yeah, people didn't know that. Nah, like, nah, your name? Nah, she is not a trans woman. This is a cis woman. she is representing a country where LGBTQA plus anything is illegal. It's illegal. Like, you only had to think a little bit. If you care that much about like their biology, you only had to think a little bit to be all like, wait, where's this woman representing? Okay, so how would a terminally homophobic, queerphobic country, to the point like where it's in their legislation that anything queer is criminal, how would they put a goddamn person that is a criminal in their country as a representative of them on the world stage for the Olympics? Thank you, Rico Chico. You can't transition in Algeria. She's not intersex. Okay, thank you. She just got tested a while ago as having a high amount of testosterone. Thank you for that. It also goes to show the amount of misinformation that's out there and how we are all susceptible to misinformation. I think what is most ostensible is that it does not fucking matter. And these niggas do not actually care. I swear to you, they do not care. Nobody cares about women's sports, anything for the most part. The only time when this comes up, the only time this hypothetical of trans women in sports, and notice that it's always trans women in sports. It's not trans masc, it's not trans masc erasure always. I mean, trans masc erasure is like the norm, right? But like, it's always talking about trans women in sports, trans women in sports, trans women in sports. Or someone just said, I heard there's a trans man in male boxing that's dominating right now, because it doesn't. Listen, and this is what I want to tell you. As a fighter, right? I have fought women, cis women, right? Been like, let me tell you something. I have been stretched out by... Listen, I've been getting the raw smackdown from cis women in sports for so long. Women half my size, scaling to my back and choking me out. This is not a... I know how it sounds, but this is not a kink. This is sports, and this is me getting my ass handed to me by women, or smaller men. Men smaller than me. Yeah, we still talking about fighting. You see, y'all head in the gutter. Y'all ain't saved. Who was that just said that? Ozma, you are not saved. You are not saved. How do you feel about men who won't roll with women, religious reasons excluding? It's just misogyny. Like, it's just, I've heard some things, and it's like a benevolent misogyny. Let me tell you why. So like, men that don't roll with women, or men that like don't like say, oh, I'll never put this and that. It's a benevolent misogyny. It's a benevolent sexism, right? Because benevolent sexism essentially meaning that like it is you as a man trying to self-aggrandize your status patriarchally by doing something that is chivalrous, or it seems chivalrous, or it seems congenial to women and femmes. But it actually just infantilizes them, if not others them, or gender essentializes them, making whatever they are only essential to the fact that they are a woman. This could be the strongest. This could be Ronda flicking Rousey, right? That you talking about you will not roll with. Ronda Rousey can mash you down. Ronda Rousey would flicking choke me out with a big toe. What do you mean you wouldn't roll with women? So no, I've met people like that, and it's just sexism. It's sexism that sounds good. It's sexism that sounds good. Like, it sounds like something that like you're supposed to big up yourself, Wizzy. What you saying? Big up yourself. Yeah, like it's sexism that sounds good. It's in fact a lot of, unfortunately, and I don't like to say this too much, but a lot of cis women fall for that too. They fall for the benevolent sexism all the time. Opening doors type thing. Not to say that you shouldn't open doors, but you should just open doors for anybody. You should just open doors for anyone. You know what I mean? Like, but, you know, a dude that's always paying for the meal, you could look at it as, oh, he's so chivalrous, he paying for my meal, like, he's such a gentleman, da-da-da-da-da. Or you could look at it as that he wants to control the terms of which he is engaging with you. And if he pays for the meal, especially if it's like a data type thing, like if it's a date, and they always paying for the meal. I don't want to generalize them, but yeah, women do love that. Like a lot of women They like, if a dude is paying for the meal and he always making a point to pay for the meal, I bet you he trying to touch you at the end of the night. Regardless of how that date went, I telling you, he want to touch you at the end of the night. He want at least a hug. He want to walk you to the door. And you thinking he walking you to the door because he's chivalrous, because he's a gentleman, he trying to make sure you get inside. No, he trying to come inside. Oh, but they don't like that. They don't like that talk. My lady type shit, yeah. Yeah, that's a great way to put it, actually. You know what I mean? Yeah, but my lady type shit, that is like the best way of communicating benevolent sexism too. Like, it is chauvinism. Yes, Lord. Nobody is safe from transphobia. This is the obvious takeaway from this. You are not safe from transphobia as a cis person. Like, straight up. Straight up. You understand? Like, it's not about transphobe. It's about the compulsory nature of white supremacy. Straight up. If you don't fit the narrow standards set by white supremacist frameworks, you will receive social sanctions. Literally, this was a year ago, right? The same thing happened. This is like a weird moment where we're going to watch a Foreign Friday on Foreign Friday.
And they're not critical. They're gender critical, but they're not critical thinkers.
Y'all can let me know about this. But yeah, basically they're trying to claim that the woman on the bottom is trans. And spoiler, she's not trans. This is not a new occurrence. Like, this happens quite a bit. You have racist transphobes or just like gender critical folks not critically thinking. Like, they legit do not know what women is. I kid you not. Do not try to make sense with these folks. Do not make the sense that we follow, the common sense that they're talking about, like it's common sense when they always try to appeal to the common sense. Do not try to appeal to that, because guess what? What the type of sense that they talking about is not common. It is not common. It is very rare. It is an uncommon sense that they're talking about because it only makes sense to them. They do not know what women are. They will say female like it is a gender. They will claim that cis women are trans just so they can scapegoat some cis women that do not fit their narrow understanding of women. They will scapegoat them, cis women. They will throw them under the bus if it means that they could demonize trans folk. I need y'all to understand. I know a lot of y'all understand that, right? But like, it is very important that you do not, like, when you're dealing with them, understand that they suffering. They suffering from an illness, man. Listen, this is an illness. I don't want y'all. This is the obsession that some cis folk have with trans women is an illness. It's if y'all ever read Dostoevsky, The Double. If you read any of Dostoevsky, because basically that nigga always talking about basically the descent into madness. And let me tell you something. If you read that, you understand. Like, when you go deeper into that depravity and into that misunderstanding of self, let me tell you something. It don't make no sense trying to reason with them. Sometimes, like, talk around them. You get me? Like, they did that to Serena Williams. Yeah, they did that. Let me tell you something. With black women in particular, listen, black women and black women in the femmes, I gotta talk to you right now, because listen, the amount of cis black women that, and I love y'all to death. I love all y'all to death, but let me tell you something. The amount of cis black women that think transphobia is okay or would spout just like regular transphobia, I'm telling you right now. You trying to appease whatever structure this is by trying to throw trans women under the bus. Understand that this very structure, this white supremacist structure, has been dedicated to masculinizing, making man of black women. It is a story as old as the Hatchet himself. Let me tell you something. There is nothing for you to gain in trying to gain proximity to transphobes or TERFs or anybody else that you feel as though there's nothing there. They will throw you under the bus. It happens all the time. See him right here. See him right here? Okay, right? Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. This is a beautiful black cis woman, right? This is Druski. This is Druski right here. Kai Sanat, also known transphobe at this point, until proven otherwise. Also known transphobe Kai Sanat, infamous transphobe Kai Sanat. Watch how this shit play out, right? There's a blind dating going on. Druski is a comedian, right? He trying to make fun, trying to make light, trying to make levity of stuff. Kai Sanat is Kai Sanat. You're from New York. Make of that what you will. Black woman that is on Megan Thee Stallion. Yes, I see you all talking about Megan Thee Stallion, same shit. Black woman chilling, came up on the stream, trying. I know what black women stop going on these niggas streams. I don't know what to tell y'all. Stop going on these niggas streams. They don't mean you know well. They are not here to save you. Whatever clout that you get from going on these streams where you popping the balloon and all that and contributing to the humiliation of black women, it will not help. Your IG followers, you might get some more IG followers, but guess what? Them followers just think the Jews, Anyway, I'm gonna play this for y'all.
So let me feel your hands. I just want to feel it. Yeah. Oh, damn.
Nah. This whole thing about hands and feet, because you always hear about this. Like if let me tell you, like one of the things that like I hear from like a lot of cis women actually is just like you could always tell from the hands. You ever hear that before? Say you could always tell. Say you could get. Say trans women could get surgery. Trans women could get cosmetic surgery. They could get breasts. They could get ass, but they can't change their hands. You hear about it as it pertains to the Adam's apple. They used to say, "Oh yeah, you could tell by the neck." And let me tell you something. Y'all can't tell shit. Y'all can't tell time. Y'all talking about y'all could tell if someone trans or not. Let me tell you something. You can't tell nothing. You can't tell me. Soldier Boy can't tell me fucking nothing. Let me tell you something. I so tired of that shit. I swear if one more person come to me talking about that they could tell when a woman trans, I swear to you, I might just have to flick it. I might just have to, Okay, all right, you understand? Because let me tell you something. You are going to call someone's aunt. You know how many broad shoulder gals I know? Big back gals. I talking about wide back gals I know? And them wide back gals getting chose. Don't think that them wide back gals ain't desirable. Don't think that these tall gals out here ain't desirable. They getting chose. They getting chose. Let me tell you something. Yes, Lord. You cannot tell a damn thing. It's a damn shame. Yes, Lord. They getting chose. Simone Biles, exactly. A girl chose. You know that they about to come for that girl too. You know that they essentializing and talking about the biological, biological adeptism of Simone Biles, and they probably doing a great deal of racism. I probably chat, y'all can let me know, but yeah, they probably doing that to Simone Biles as we speak, because she's one of the greatest athletes of history, and definitely the greatest athlete of our time. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, they already came for it. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Black women, please, I need you all to divest in transphobia. Oh God, man, please, man. It hurt my soul, man. It has hurt my ass to see you all in transphobia. I swear to you, man. My prostate is being inflamed.
What sport you playing?
You see what sport you playing? That's what he can say. Come on, man.
I don't play no sports for real.
Oh my God. You strong as hell.
Bro, what does that mean, man? So girls can't be strong. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Strong, but I like. Hey, one of the sexiest things on the gal them. You heard it here. You heard it here. One of the sexiest things on the gal them is a nice back. I talking about a nice, some defined back. Talking about like the upper back and when you can see a couple of them back muscles, the shoulder blade. Ooh! Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Let me tell you something. So you talking about you strong? I don't see a problem with that. I don't see no problem with her being strong, Druski.
Is you bro? feel like a mitten, like a glove.
They soft though, baby, not too much.
Nah, they rough a little bit on that.
Like, if you find yourself as a comedian, the butt of the joke, if you find yourself doing your best Tyler Perry impression by just making the butt of every joke a woman, you need to find another career. I'm telling you right now, you need to find another career. And Druski is funny. He don't need to do this. But like, what really pisses me off is because all of them niggas in that room, all of these niggas, this nigga in the back here look like Tyrese. This nigga over here. Let me tell you something. None of them niggas could have said, hey, listen, hey, gang, calm down, gang. Hey, you can't be calling the gal hands rough. You can't be doing all that. What you trying to say? Why are you trying to do it? And let me tell you, the reason why everybody laughing is because Druski is playing on the pre-established masculinization of women, of black women. It's a very easy, it's a layup. It's a fucking finger roll. It's very easy to do this because the grounds, the bricks, the heavy work and lifting has already been done for Druski. He can play upon that. He could play upon the misogynoir and he knows that he will get a laugh out of it. And he is, as you can see. These niggas cackling. Look at this one here. Look at him. His mouth all open.
Some work hands.
Okay, we
I
got
feel like, where you work at again? You work at Home Depot or something? Let me feel that hand.
And like, you have to laugh with it because like, it's a matter of safety. It's a matter of, cause like one would wonder like, you know, why, if I was the gal, I'd get up and leave. But like, it's like, you have to laugh. You have to laugh or you cry, but more importantly, you have to laugh because you're trying to pacify whatever type of insecurity that might be on show here. You know what I mean? Like you can't like show that like you're not one of the cool ones and like you could take a joke. So like you have to be able. So I feel for women in this position.
Yeah.
no, I don't.
The inside of that hand feel like sandpaper. Where you working? Shawty, where you working?
It gets worse.
You want to feel my hand again?
Yeah, one more time. Oh! What is that? What is that? What is that? Oh, shit.
That was my hand.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to see if you would like my hand.
Okay.
Ooh, you gonna show me
Don't play. I'll show your ass.
Druski, would you like to see?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go ahead and take your blindfold off.
All right, but
Why you quiet?
nah, I'm just in shock.
What you in shock about?
Damn. Okay.
Can you get 360?
Yeah, can I get a 360 real quick? God.
So let me change. Let me hold. Okay, yeah, let me go with that because I don't want to put the wrong freeze frame and then the feds take down the stream. Y'all know how they go. Y'all know how the feds go. They be all like, "Hey, FBI, open up." But like, okay, so let me tell you something. Let's break this down, right? Let's break this shit down. Gang, listen, chat. Let's break this shit down, right? So like, this is a woman. This is a cis woman that is, by every metric of societal beauty standards that have been set by vixen culture, by hip hop and everything like this, especially for black women, right? She's meeting every bar and she's sauntering over it, right? Every bar she's meeting. The gal got ass. The gal ain't got no belly. She ain't got no guts. I don't know where. Her intestines just go. She got breasts. Her hair long. Weave done. All that. She's still getting transphobia. She's still getting misogynoir. What I'm trying to say, you could do everything right and you can still get caught by transphobia, by white supremacy, by patriarchy, understand? By the very narrow holes and shapes of femininity It don't matter what you do. If you go in debt trying to, black women and femmes in particular in the chat, if you go in debt trying to achieve a level of desirability in hopes that it will gain you access and proximity to resources or to men or anybody that you feel as though could save you from the position or the perdition of late stage capitalism of hell on earth, or if you're thinking that you need to do things in order to get some desirability and get access to things, let me tell you something. Save it. It don't matter. Niggas can still be transphobic.
Okay.
Listen, cheekbones. She have eyebrows done. She have the eyelashes that look like a cluster. Let me tell you something. This is very expensive. This maintenance is very expensive. She invested quite a bit.
It's just some of the features kind of.
Wait, what the?
What's going on?
Nah, it's just.
See, so like they know that they in transphobic territory. They know that they are now in the air space of Turf Island. And it don't matter. Like they can still go. They can still begin to descend onto Turf Island.
Hands.
What you mean the features, Brody?
Nah, when I felt the hands, I ain't get to see them.
What the? I buy her for you, bro.
What is you talking about? Like, what's going on?
Why they said jawline?
You know, they used to say the same thing about the gal from Bubblegum. What her name is? Michaela. Beautiful black gal. You know, she was in what she was in, Chad? What else she was in? She was in all kind of shit. But Michaela Cole, y'all know I talking about, British gal. Yeah. They was talking about her jawline. They was talking about the fact that she ain't got no hair or something like that. Nigga had the time to recover, you know. He could have taken this the next way, and this nigga over here, cause he know what he doing. He leading her, like he lead. You ain't here when he was just like, "What you mean by features, gang? What you mean by features? What you mean by features?" Like, what he trying to do is he trying to lead. Like he know he going the transphobic route, and he say, "Yeah, man, let's go there. That's funny. Yeah, that get laughs out of our very impressionable audience of teenagers that will now learn from this type of thing to be more transphobic."
Wait, whoa.
What the? Nah.
No.
I'm 100% woman. Out here.
No, you good.
And like that's the response that like I'm talking about right there. And that's the reason why like it's important to see this, because in response to trans accusations, right, the transvestigation and the conclusion that they came to, at least Druski smart enough to know that he can't say that on live, because that would have been the end of him. I understand that he even made it that far with that, right? But like, in response to trans allegations, my gal say, I am 100% woman. As to say that trans women aren't. Right? It is a display of an attempt to regain ceded ground that a very narrow extolling and praising and upholding of femininity, she is trying her best to get that back. She trying her best to say, no. At a trans accusation, she's trying her best to communicate, no, I'm cis. And the whole fact of the matter is, it does not matter. You, as a black woman or femme, especially, it does not matter. I need a lot of folks to understand that in particular, right? Because I kid you not, it does not matter, especially for Black women and femmes. The history of that especially goes all the way back to transatlantic. It is a lizard level of biology and an understanding of society and what Black women's place is in particular. That is a game and a framework that is so well invested in at this point. It is so difficult for Black women and femmes to try to appease that structure and reclaim femininity. You got to understand what femininity is for you. Yes, Lord. You make what femininity is. And femininity can be anything. Because guess what? If you try to fit yourself in a very narrow, very restricting level, frame, shape of femininity, I'm telling you, it is one of the reasons why gender abolition is so important too. When people understand that it does not matter, and people will create very arbitrary guidelines for what you are. As a man, this, why are you doing that? As a woman, this. You know how many people say, what I doing out here with all this ass? And you all know, that foreign out here caked up every day, not just Thursday, every day, yes, Lord. Let me tell you something. I feel like Gary the Snail, how my ass just roll up on my back. Like, my back is be hurting because I have to carry all this ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, hey, you know how long I hated it though? You know how long I was trying to lose weight? Just so like I could fit a narrow mold of masculinity that says that Hank Hill's ass is a man's ass. No, this a man ass. This a man ass. This a man ass too. This a man ass too. Yeah. And it took a while, and on a regular basis, I still have to combat that. I still have to combat gals coming to me saying, why you can't give me some of that ass? You ain't need all that ass. Be like, no, I need all this. I need all that. I need all that ass that I have. Hey, you go get some. If you can't get some, that's fine too. Take it up with the Lord. Because the fact of the matter is, there's a very thin shape, a thin mold of what a man can be in the society. And when you Black, it's even thinner. It's even smaller. It's even smaller. Like I telling you, like as a Black man, the worst mistake that you can make as a Black man of mask is to, for a second, delude yourself into thinking that you are a man in the eyes of white supremacy. That's the biggest mistake you could make. You have to define manhood, masculinity. And in a way, it's kind of, y'all talking about give us a 360. Like, hey, my ass is well documented online. In a way, it's kind of liberating, to create like a soft note. It's very liberating to know that I will never be able to fit masculinity or manhood in the eyes of our society. That's the most freeing thing that I can ever have, because that means that I shouldn't even try. So to all of my marginalized folk, stop trying. Like, embrace the fact that you will never be good enough in the eyes of society, and therefore you are liberated from the framework of society. Everybody that's trying to fit in, everybody that's trying to make that mold, it's unfortunate. I understand why they're doing it, but thank God I don't have to do it. Easier said than done when you're already trans. Yeah, like, I think that's the reason why, like, to get back to trans shit, like, I think that's the reason, like, honest to God, like, y'all will never be kicked up by, like, me. Like, I mean, like, I be dragging this shit and it'd be hurting. I ain't gonna lie. My back hurting right now. But like I was saying, like, the reason why, like, trans folk is always the topic of this conversation is because of the fact that y'all, like, trans folk in the chat, like, all of my big trans folk, them, listen, y'all are the bravest because y'all have exposed the scam that is gender. Y'all have exposed all of these different frameworks. All of it, by existing, is a threat to every framework that white supremacy is built upon. Patriarchy, white supremacy, even capitalism, all of them things. Trans folk are in direct opposition and antagonism of. That's why we always talk about trans folk. That's why, despite being 0.1% of the population in the United States, you all always talked about as trans folk. It's because by virtue of being, by virtue of existing, by virtue of enduring intense transphobia, every type of phobia, queer phobia, everything, in indentured poverty, because the majority of trans folk are in indigent poverty because of the fact that, like, is a marginalization that is oppressing you, and that's by design. It's not a bug. That is a feature. That is a specific violence that is being done to you as queer folks, and in particular trans folk. The fact that you endure, the fact that, like, you continue is literally the biggest but, not B-U-T-T, but the biggest but to every institution that has been built. Capitalism, but I do this though. Patriarchy, but yeah, I'll just do this instead.